We have a large and very impressive contingent from the Jamaica Domestic Workers Association, so they are also getting seated. Yeah. It's a full house. Real tribute to Paula.
Check 1, 2.
beautiful. Thanks to Mr. Dwight Pinkney on the guitar. Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Good morning, all. My name is Karen Ford Warner, and I warmly welcome you all, both those of us here in person at the Jamaica Trade Union Center on this beautiful Saturday morning in Kingston, and those joining us via the live stream from around the world. In fact, this ceremony is streamed courtesy of TVJ, big up TVJ, and I greet all of those watching across Jamaica and the Caribbean, in North America, in Norway, and in Switzerland. Now, these beautiful floral arrangements have been done by Paula's mother's friends in Ikebana, and some of the flowers are from Gear and Paula's home in Portland. So this morning, we're here to celebrate and remember a remarkable human being, Paula Marie Robinson, wife, daughter, sister, aunt, friend, colleague, and warrior. We're here to offer support and to share love and recollections of this special woman with her husband and soulmate Gear, her mom and compass Pat, her brother Garth, her sisters Michelle and Debbie, and their families, as well as all of us, Paula's extended family, which spans the globe. I have a request from Gear to share some information on this place where we're gathered this morning. This is the hall of the Joint Trade Union Research Development Center. This is also the headquarters of the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions. This place, where Paula conducted so many trainings, is symbolic not only of her link to the trade union movement, but also her link to Norway. It's not only Gear. For this house was built with the Norwegian funding, organized by the TUC Norway by our friend and colleague Mia Osmunden, who was supported in Jamaica by Paula's mom, Pat. So this is a very special place, and we give thanks that we're able to assemble here this morning. Paula and I were schoolmates and close friends during our high school years at St. Hugh's High School for Girls in Kingston during the late 60s to the mid-70s. Those were remarkable days at St. Hugh's, where we were blessed with talented, progressive, and dedicated teachers who had a clear vision about educating the young women in their charge for leadership and excellence. Paula thrived in that exciting and inspiring environment and rose to become head girl. She developed her love of drama and performance, as well as of languages at St. Hugh's, which was then celebrated for its excellent foreign languages program. At St. Hugh's, Paula benefited from excellent tutelage in German, Spanish, and French, which set the stage for learning other languages and international living. 3 of her St. Hugh's Swan sisters, that's what we call ourselves, shared their thoughts on Paula that I'm sure would be endorsed by others and others who have shared their thoughts on Facebook. Her classmate Michelle Nita said, quietly confident, Paula was always poised, always measured in her speech, always pleasant in her interactions, and always prepared for class discussions. Dr. Leith Dunn, distinguished past student and retired director of the UWI Institute for Gender and Development Studies Mona Unit, offered, Paula Robinson is fondly remembered as a bright, beautiful, and elegant swan, always calm and committed to social justice. We worked together during her period of distinguished service to the ILO. Paula was a passionate advocate for workers' rights, and especially the rights of domestic and household workers. She was also an excellent editor. Most recently, she edited a study I did for the ILO. I will miss my swan sister, and I'm proud of the contribution she made to social justice, gender equality, and workers' rights. Walk good, Paula. Sincere condolences to Paula's mother, Mrs. Patricia Robinson, her beloved husband, Gear, other family members and friends. May others build on the foundations that Paula built. Leith, who currently lives in Botswana, is unavoidably absent today, but she sends her love and apologies. Another distinguished past student who we have the pleasure of joining us today is Annie Rose Kitchen, and she shared, "When I arrived as a young teacher at St. Hugh's, Paula was in sixth form. She had been best friends with my dear sister Lucy, also in sixth form, for years, so Lucy made sure to introduce me early on. I was first of all struck by Paula's beauty, her extraordinary, smooth, unblemished, even-toned skin, her graceful movements, her wonderful eyes which looked straight at you and never slid away. As I followed her developments over the years, I grew to realize how much her outer beauty, grace, and directness were a true reflection of her inner self. I came to appreciate what a strong woman she was, and a fearless one, possessed of an unimpeachable moral compass, intellectual honesty, and a profound sense of integrity." Thank you. Now we're going to have a little musical interlude again, and the songs that you will hear today are Paula's favorites, so we can share with her as we listen to these songs. The next one is Psalm 23 by Buju Banton.
Praise the Most High God every day with your whole heart desire. Lift him high, lift him high. Holy, 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 holy. Holy Mount Zion, Buju, let's sing. My mercy all my life shall surely follow me, and in Jehovah's forevermore. My dwelling place must be. My soul don't have to restore again, and need to walk those ways within the path of righteousness, even for His name's sake. Yet do I walk through the dark way, yet will I fear no evil. Thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they surely comfort me. My table though hath furnished in the presence of my foes. My head though hath anointed with oil, my cup it
You hearing? There we go. Dr. Jody Gordon, who is going to be reading from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, who was also one of Paula's favorite authors. Jody?
Good morning. The selections serve as a reminder of the impact of this phenomenal woman whom we all know, and love dearly. Let us use this time to celebrate the magnificence of her presence in our lives. Your friend is your needs answered. He is your field which you sow with love and reap with thanksgiving. And he is your board and your fireside. For you come to him with hunger, and you seek him for peace. When your friend speaks his mind, you fear not the nay in your own mind, nor do you withhold the I. And when he's silent, your heart ceases not to listen to his heart. For without words in friendship, all thoughts, all desires, all expectations are born and shared with joy that is unacclaimed. When you part from your friend, you grieve not, for that which you love most in him may be clearer in his absence, as the mountain to the climber is clearer from the plain. And let there be no purpose in friendship, save the deepening of the spirit. For love that seeks aught but the disclosure of its own mystery is not love, but a net cast forth, and only the unprofitable is caught. Love gives not, but of itself, and takes not, but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. Much have we loved you, but speechless was our love. And with veils has it been veiled. Yet now it cries aloud unto you, and would stand revealed before you. And ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gordon. Before we proceed, could I just remind everyone to turn off their phones, just in case. The next song we're going to hear is the Women's Anthem, and this is sung at a lot of the women's trade union events and was a song that also meant a lot to Paula.
Across the nations, all around the world, women are longing to be free, no longer in the shadows, forced to stay behind, but side by side in true equality. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never, never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development and peace. Women can't be silent when all around the world people hurt and hungry children cry. We'll sing out loud for justice and development and hold the rights of all the people high. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never, never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development and peace. Women now are working to build a better world where the love of peace can rest on every shore, where men lay down their weapons and learn to love and share, and people work to bring an end to war. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never, never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development and peace. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never, never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development and peace.
Amen. And now I'd like to invite Gear to talk about our lives.
Thank you, Karen. I wish I was tough like my brother Dio. Equality, development, and peace are just a few of the ideals that Paula believed strongly. Today, I'm not going to talk about what Paula believed in. I'm going to talk about what she did, the causes that she worked for, the thing that she put her time and energy in, and which in turn shaped her life. And these causes, many of them were my causes too. So in addition to all the other things that bound us together, they were an extra bond to these causes that we worked for together. In fact, it was a cause that brought us together. Back in the day, teachers' unions across the world had started engaging against apartheid in South Africa. Paula was the focal point in the International Teachers' Federation in Switzerland. I was the focal point of my teachers' union in Norway. We first met during a meeting in Oslo. I think probably I noticed her more than she noticed me. But not long after, we met again at a week-long meeting at the Charing Cross Hotel in London. I had prepared a few small gifts for her, and I could provide her with a little warmth in defiance of the very poor British heating and plumbing. So when we left London, there was a relationship. And what followed were daily telephone calls, and you remember these are the days we wrote letters by hand, right? After some week, Paula came to visit me in Norway, and we said, this is a good thing. It will be better for us to stay together. But, the world, the legal conditions, all of these things, we cannot stay together unless we are married. So we made the decision to get married. It was that same visit that I introduced Paula to my son Anders. Today he is a Michelin-starred chef, but then in those days he was just a 7-year-old foodie. And Paula won him over by cooking reindeer curry for him. Paula's father was taken aback when he heard that I was planning to call him to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. But her mother called me and said, "Thank you for making my daughter happy." So when school closed for Christmas in 1988, I packed all my belongings in a little red car that I had borrowed from my sister and moved to Paula's apartment in Switzerland. And we flew to New York. We flew on Pan Am 2 days after Lockerbie. It was harrowing. But we reached and we got married on New Year's Eve. So Paula continued her work for the teachers' organization WCOTP in Switzerland. She worked hard to help unions develop, and in particular to strengthen the role of women in teachers' organization. Paula was promoted to head of the development department of the WCOTP, and we lived in the idyllic Swiss village of Morges. But all was not idyllic. Paula was a young black woman in a high position, yet there were old white men above her. So, when the two international teachers' organizations decided to merge, she was offered a position in the new headquarters in Brussels, but not as head of department. So she found it easy to decline the invitation, and we moved to Norway in the summer of 1989. Norway was easy for Paula. She already knew my family. She knew many of my friends. She learned Norwegian in record time and continued at university when she had finished the introductory courses that were offered for free by the authorities. Her first job in Norway was as the nanny of our beloved niece Ingrid, who had just been born. But as soon as she had her language proficiency certificate, she got a job with the municipality working with refugees and asylum seekers. It was not trade union work, but it was international work, and however in a little different way. The wave of refugees that Norway had received from Vietnam were stopping, but a new wave came from the Horn of Africa, from Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Sudan. The most important thing that Paula brought to that job was her compassion. In Norway, we continued our support for teachers in South Africa. The Secretary General of the newly formed South Africa Democratic Teachers Union, my friend Shepherd Mdaglana, came to Norway for a fundraising, and he stayed at our house. Paula used another of her talents to support that campaign. The paintings and drawings that she made were sold at auction, and gave the largest contribution to the income for that campaign. Shepherd later became the first Minister of Labour in the Nelson Mandela government. At the end of 1996, I was offered a job in the ILO and moved to Geneva. Paula started work in the Development Cooperation Department of the IFBWW, the International Federation of Building and Woodworkers. For the first time, Asia became a focus for her work, and she spent a lot of time with building workers' unions in rural India. She could see for herself that the hardest work, crushing stones and making bricks, were done by women and children. The workers did not earn enough to feed a family, so they were forced to either bring their wives and children to work, or if they refused to do that, they had to borrow money for the employer to be able to feed their family. But the employer took the children as collateral and put them to work in the brick kiln. So what unions there had to do was very clear. You must get the working women into the union, and you must get the children out of work and into school. So this was a period of life where we had a very, very concrete common cause, developing trade union strategies to combat child labor. Now, not all of that work was hard and unpleasant. It included working with the delegations that came to the ILO conference in June in Geneva, and a good party was always very helpful, and we have plenty of them. Paula enjoyed her work in this period very much. But again, it was not all an ideal, right? She discovered doubtful use of development funds. She almost moved to a country in Africa that I'm not going to tell you the name of for several months to try and resolve the situation. But when she came back, and her report was impeccable, but her superiors refused to follow her recommendation. She had no choice but to resign. So that is how she happened to be available when the post of workers specialist in the ILO office in Port of Spain suddenly became vacant, because the guy from Barbados that was there, the government picked him as their ambassador to Washington. Workers in the Caribbean campaigned for Paula to get a job, but the administrators wanted an academic. In the end, she got the job, but not the grade. Her more than 10 years of international trade union work at the highest level clearly could not compensate for the fact that she did not have a PhD. And every year in the ILO she was up for promotion, and every year she did not get promoted until she retired. She came to Caribbean at a difficult time when we're talking about the development cooperation. The Caribbean countries, by and large, had what we call graduated. It means that they were rich, too rich to get development support from the UN and other agencies. This, of course, was because you measured by the gross national product. The gross national product doesn't tell you what is the reality. At this point in time, Jamaica, unfortunately, shared the very doubtful first place with Brazil of being the country with the biggest difference between rich and poor. So then, okay, statistically, you have money. But the trade unions, if they're not getting any funds from outside, have to live on what they can get from their members. And their members are still devastatingly poor. Not easy. So Paula was told that, there is no edge of budgetary resources. She had to make do with what she could get from the ILO regular budget. And I think we can all agree that Paula got a lot out of what she had. It was all investing into building capacity of trade union and strengthening the role of women. Then something happened. In 2008, the ILO sent an expert in fundraising to Port of Spain. At least that was the official story. The reality was that Paula was just returning to work after her breast cancer treatment. And it was only fair that after all that she had given, that she could have her husband by her side. And both of us were very grateful to the people in the ILO that made that happen. And actually the fundraising happened too. So gradually Paula got more and more projects to administer, which increased her impact, but also enormously increased her workload. Now, this was the time coming when I was close to retirement, but there was one more great cause for us to work on. Having had considerable success in the struggle against child labor, both the ILO and the trade union movement felt that time had come to do more work in the informal sector. So, organize the unorganized became the slogan, and the first sector to get attention was domestic work. When the ILO adopted the Domestic Workers' Convention, I was back in Geneva, but it was left to Paula to do the practical work in the Caribbean of strengthening domestic workers' unions where they existed and promoting new ones where they did not. Our last big project was creating our new home in Portland. We found a lovely property and set about transforming it according to our needs. We wanted 2 master bedrooms so that Paula's mother could be comfortable. We wanted a lot of workspace so that Paula could be comfortable. And we wanted a large and well-equipped kitchen so that I could be comfortable. And we also needed room for the books and art that we had collected through our lives, and space for family and friends to come and visit. This story had just begun, and it was not supposed to end, at least not for a long time. I'm going to end here as abruptly as the story of Paula's life ended.
Okay. Thank you, dear, for sharing that beautiful love story. Work in love, play in love was absolutely wonderful. Thank you. And now I'm going to invite a member of Paula's extended family, Mr. Ray Howell, who is going to play a tribute from the Joint Trade Union Center. Welcome, Mr. Howell.
Family members, brothers and sisters, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Before I bring this tribute from the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Union, I'd like to especially single out part of Pat's long life family, the Girls Guides movement. I'll ask the members of the Girls Guides movement to stand and be recognized. One of the persons there, and also three of our long-time colleague, Dr. Adolph Cameron, former Secretary General of the JTA, Rudy Ellis, and Claudette Johnson, and others. Welcome. Tribute to Paula Robinson from the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Union. Today we gather to pay our heartfelt tribute to our sister and friend, Paula Maria Robinson. We acknowledge her as a patriotic Jamaican woman, an original stalwart of the workers and trade union movement. She was a fervent international activist in the cause of liberating and uplifting the most vulnerable in the world, in particular the working people. For us in the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Union, JCTU, she was our ambassador of the trade unions. She never missed an opportunity to lobby on our behalf. We thank you, Paula, for going the ordinary and being an exemplary ambassador for us. For those who know Paula, she had a charming personality, always accompanied by a radiant and disarming smile. But that was only the surface of a woman with a large heart for justice, equality, and dignity for workers. We in Jamaica and numerous of our trade union colleagues in the wider Caribbean region constantly sang our praises for the enormous contribution she made to workers and our movement. For us, Paula was like a great river, meandering through our region and providing sustenance to our barren lands. That river brought us respect globally. She not only provided us with catches of fish, but she taught us how to fish wisely. She helped us to build capacity and prepare us for leadership and successes in battle. The river that Paula quenched our thirst for knowledge by opening up tributaries of training for trade union officials in the region and internationally. We are reminded of her constant invocation to us: use your trade union voice. Today, brothers and sisters, we are stronger because that river allowed us to build force of unity and solidarity locally, regionally, and internationally. That river has been a means of transporting progressive ideas, respect, and dignity for the workers. We thank her family, her mother, Pat, and siblings for allowing this river to flow and serve our people with humility, generosity, and distinction that she did. For the family members, for those who know, could you stand for where the siblings, could you stand wherever you are so you can be recognized? And past brothers and sisters and others. Great. To her dear and beloved husband, Gary, you just heard him, please accept our gratitude for the way you stood by Paula in sickness and in health. We mourn with you and the family her passing. Long before Chronix sang Smile for Me Jamaica, you could have written, oh, I met a girl this morning. She was love at first sight. Oh, I met a girl this morning, and she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from. She tell me in the tropics. She asked me what's my name. I tell her I am Gear. And I say, girl, tell me what's your name. And she tell me that her name is Jamaica. I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Oh, Lord, smile for me, Jamaica. Never you cry. Here am I. I am here for you, Jamaica. Dry your tears, girl, smile. Oh, smile for me, Jamaica, Lord. Eh? She have a rich history. A beautiful woman with the sweetest gifts. Beautiful sunrise and an evening kiss. For nice sunset in the evening seas, yes. But she tell me, say, she tired. Tired of the exploits and the liars. She give them reggae, give them beaches, give them flowers and the ferns. Now she got is abused in return. But I say, don't you worry yourself, Mama. We recall the warm hospitality you afforded the Jamaican and Caribbean delegations visiting Geneva for ILO meetings. Those parties were legendary. The spirits of the Caribbean were freely imbibed. The spirited conversation followed, and the consumption of the delectable food made for the greatest fetes in Geneva. As we said then, whatever happens in Geneva stays in Whatever happens in Geneva stays in Geneva. I had been a participant there, so I know. Paulo, our ambassador, gone too soon. We will always remember you, dear Paulo, the river of love, the river of humility, dignity, struggle and solidarity that you were will always flow through our hearts. Jamaica, the region and the world is a better place because Paulo lived a life of a true servant leader. A grateful trade union movement bids a giant of a warrior a fond farewell. You, Paulo, you are unforgettable. Walk good, our sister. And may a good duppy follow you always. From the Joint Confederation of Trade Unions.
Thank you, Mr. Howell. I didn't know Chronics News Paula. Okay, so for a while we'll just sit and listen to another favorite of Paula's, Für Elise by Beethoven. could see her smiling just now. Yeah? Yeah, I could see her smiling. Says, they got it. Lovely. And yeah, another baby of Paula's, the Jamaica Domestic Workers Association. They did a wonderful tribute to Paula a few days ago. I watched it. It was really wonderful. And I'd like to invite Elaine Duncan, who's president of that association, to bring her tribute.
Thank you very much. So it's Elaine and the team. Mrs. Robinson, Brother Gare, all family members, friends, all trade union family, everyone of the late, our comrade, our sister, our mentor, Paula Robinson. Good morning. Firstly, I must apologize for our General Secretary, Miss Shirley Price, who is unavoidably absent. Miss Price is away at United Nations 68 Commissioner on the Status of Women. It was Paula who first sent Miss Price many years ago to this very event which she's attending, carrying the flag of the Caribbean, trying to change the narrative so that the voices of domestic workers are heard in those spaces. Today, we gather here to honor and remember the life of a remarkable individual who was a workers' rights activist and champion who led a number of significant projects. To the family and friends of Sister Robinson, please accept our heartfelt condolences for your loss at this time. This is not a loss for just you, but for all of us. Losing a loved one was never easy, and my heart goes out to all of you during this difficult time. When we heard of the passing of Sister Robinson, our heart was broken. She was the impetus behind the creation of the Caribbean Domestic Workers Network, the Jamaica Household Workers Union, and the Antigua and Barbuda Domestic Workers Section. She also helped several organizations across the Caribbean in the setting up of several training sessions and workshops to help in the development and uplifting of domestic workers. I have met Sister Paula many years ago. Before I met her, I would have heard about her and the good work, good support that she has given the Caribbean over the years, especially the Jamaica Household Workers Union. Her support has shaped the association, which led us to form ourselves into a robust trade union. Look at us now. We have moved from 175 members to 7,200 members. Thank you. We have benefited from many of our trainings that was held in the Caribbean, and some of us has benefited from this and has traveled for the very first time, including myself. For that, we at the Jamaica Household Workers Union are eternally grateful for the work she has done with and for the union Today, as we bid farewell to Sister Paula, let us remember her, not just for her philanthropic contribution, but for her warm and inspiring presence that left an enduring mark on both personal and professional spheres. We know our General Secretary, Sister Shirley Price, and Sister Paula had plans for the upscalement of domestic workers in Jamaica, but we in Jamaica will make sure Paula's name is forever on domestic workers' lips. My sister, go rest high upon the mountain, because your work on earth is done. Sleep in perfect peace, and may perpetual light shines upon you and give you rest. Shalom. And quickly, I'll do a poem that she penned at one of our training workshops. Sister Paula penned this poem. Women, domestic workers of the Caribbean Domestic Workers Network. We are island women with sass and swagger. We are proud domestic workers. We love, we led, we laugh, we learn. We welcome the ever-improving version of ourselves. We are inspiring, growing, striving. We are energized. We are masters of our destinies. We embrace our phenomenal sisters, beautiful women from Antigua, Barbados, Dominica, Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad. We dance to the same song with a different beat. We stand in solidarity as one tribe. We are West Indian women. We are proud. We are fierce. No longer silent. We negotiate. Yes. We stand tall, firm, and undefeated. We are wonderful kick-ass women on a mission. We are the women of the Caribbean Domestic Workers Network. Thank you. Elizabeth.
I've been through the storm. Seems like forever. Nights of confusion have been so long. The ship has lost anchor, and the storm has it drifting. The night is not over. You can ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is there with you. You may not feel it, but you're not alone. Yes, you're hurting now, but your morning is coming. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Just remember God's promise. He'll never leave you. Though the waters are raging, it will do you no harm. Don't give up the battle, for your answer is coming. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your song. Just ride out your storm. God is there with you. You may not feel it. You're not alone. You're hurting now, but your morning is coming. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is there with you. You may not feel it, but you're not alone. You're hurting now, but your morning is coming. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm. Ride out your storm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's have another round of applause. They really brought it right home. Thank you so much. And there is going to be now a presentation of Moments with Paula. And we know that Paula was a warrior, that she believed passionately in social justice, gender equality, and workers' rights. But she also believed passionately in having a good time. And when she went to Trinidad, I don't think that was an accident, because the land of good times. And she used to love to play mass. And so this particular little video is to the music of Giants by Three Canals. And so we're going to enjoy special moments of Paula.
Give praise, children. Give praise. Give praise, children. Yeah. Give praise. Give praise, children. Yeah. Give praise. Give praise, children. Oh, Father, who has given us His hands that we can all see that we are part of this earthly heaven.
Wow. I don't think that's Tricanal. That sounds like David Rodder to me. Yes, no. Perfect. Okay. That was beautiful. So, we're going to move on in our program now, and special moment, recollections from a very dear friend of Paula's, friend, colleague, and I'd like to invite Ambassador Paul Robotham to join us. Thanks.
Thank you, Karen. Good afternoon. Well, Marjorie, my wife, sitting here. We never thought that I would be standing here giving a tribute at Paula's memorial service. Neither did I ever imagine that when she called me on my birthday last September, that it would have been the last time we ever spoke. I've known Paula almost all my life. In fact, when Mrs. Robinson asked me to give this remembrance, she said, "Paul, you're practically the only one who has been with her at nearly every stage of her life." Such a true statement, as by mere chance and happenstance, our lives kept intersecting in strange ways throughout our journeys on this earth, forming a lovely tapestry that was our shared reality. We were truly like brother and sister. We both attended Blake's Prep School in downtown Kingston on Glenmuir Road, and I know we were standing there together in the courtyard of that school in 1962 when the British flag was lowered and the Jamaican flag was raised to mark our independence as a nation. We spent the next 5 years together at Blake's Prep, and were both blessed to be taught by one of Jamaica's greatest teachers, Mrs. Robinson, Paula's mom. Of course, Paula had to be on her very best behavior because her mom was a teacher. But sadly, I was under no such constraint, and as a result, had to be rather painfully corrected by Mrs. Robinson on at least one occasion for fighting in her class. But Paula was no goody two-shoes. She had her fair share of transgressions as well. And she used to love to sneak out the door that divided Blake's Prep from Kingston College and to go and run up and down at Melbourne Park. We always shared a laugh together when we remembered one of our classmates who had a very unique name. Her first name was Crochet, and her last name was Doyley. And Crochet Doyley lived at 2 Lacey Road. You cannot make this up. Well, our paths diverged when Paula moved on to St. Hugh's and I went to Calabar. But as it turned out, we were both fond of foreign languages at school, and in a pattern that would repeat itself throughout our lives, we met up again about 7 years later, this time at the University of the West Indies, with both of us studying for a degree in Spanish and French. At UWI, Paula displayed a special kind of intelligence and wit that set her apart from all her peers. She was one of the few people I knew who could complete the cryptic Times crossword puzzles in Gleaner in practically no time at all, and often delighted in showing us the finished result, saying something like, "It's really not that hard." We all remember Paula as an excellent student. She was noted for her skillful use of language, love of literature, and fluency in Spanish and French, and later Norwegian. She also loved the theater and was a gifted actress. She worked on numerous productions, both on stage and backstage. Marjorie recalls Paula's brilliant performance as the Lady in Yellow in the play for colored girls, a memorable Sistine theatrical production at what was then the Creative Arts Center at UWI. So it was at UWI that Paula formed new lasting friendships with other language students, many of whom remain lifelong friends thereafter. Some of them are here today. I think many are watching online. Lucy and Annie Rose Kitchen, Jennifer Bennett, now Leicester, Althea Wright, Bill, who is here, Kate Davies, now in Belgium, my wife Marjorie, and so many others. Following our graduation, our paths diverged once again, albeit while pursuing the same careers as Spanish teachers, when Paula moved to work at Merle Grove and I went to teach at Wolmer's Boys School. While working as teachers, we both trained and honed our skills as translators and ended up linking up again in the late 70s and early 80s on numerous translation assignments that took us overseas to Venezuela and Costa Rica. We worked for several years along with Annette Insanali of UWI as freelance translators for the Latin American Economic System, CELA, based in Caracas. When we were hired by Mr. Richard Dunkley, a Jamaican national who was head of the language unit at CELA at the time. In true old school style, we would translate reams of material using a typewriter and a dictionary, an actual book. And we would watch in awe. We would watch in awe as Paula would type away with all her fingers without staring at the keyboard, while others pecked away haplessly with 2 fingers. And by others, I mean me. It would not be long before our paths intertwined once again, and again completely by chance, with Paula joining the staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in early 1981, and with me ending up there in September of the same year. As fate would have it, we ended up on the same floor of the Skyline building, in the same department, in the same office, working as protocol officers and translators. Just like at UWI, this was a time when Paula made new lifelong friends, and she was a valued and beloved colleague at the ministry. So good was her performance that she was selected in no time for a posting to the Jamaican mission at Geneva as the first secretary. But sadly, this did not materialize, as in what was for me and many others one of the darkest periods in Jamaica's history. Paula and our dear co-worker Joe Bury and our beloved boss, Mr. Donny Davidson, found themselves entangled in a web of victimization, intrigue, and betrayal that cost them their jobs and unjustly impugned their reputations. It was a scurrilous attack on 3 great Jamaican patriots. Paula, Joe, and Mr. Davidson were never given a chance to defend themselves. There was no hearing, no evidence, no right of appeal. It was a devastating blow, an administrative and political lynching. It was a traumatic time, and although it happened when we were just 28 years old, it has stayed with us for our entire life and left an indelible mark on our psyche. But the fighter that she was, Paula did not let that horrific setback define her. She bounced back admirably within months, and in an ironic twist, she ended up working for the rest of her life as a fierce advocate for the rights of workers, fighting to ensure that others had the dignified work experience that she had been so treacherously denied in Jamaica. As our friend Althea, who is here, quoted me to yesterday from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20, in relation to Paula's experience of injustice at the ministry. I quote, "But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about as it is this day, to save many people alive." What a mighty God we serve. To God be the glory. Unbelievably, our paths would cross once again in 1984, this time in Switzerland, when I was posted by the Foreign Ministry to Geneva and Paula was working at the WCOTP, as you heard from Gare, an international teachers union in Morges, just outside of Geneva. It was there really that Paula, Marjorie, and I reconnected again. Marjorie had been living there working as an interpreter, and we really cemented our friendship and our deep attachment and fondness for each other. We spent most of our weekends together, enjoying many glasses of wine, watching TV shows in French and trying to figure the language out together, and laughing our hearts out at any and everything. I well remember a memorable trip to Belgium in the Christmas of 1985, when Marjorie, Paula, and I stayed with Annie Rose and Lucy Kitchen in Brussels and rang in the New Year in a massive snowstorm. So close were the three of us that when Marjorie and I got married in Geneva in 1985, the official wedding party consisted of Marjorie's sister, Heather, as bridesmaid, and Paula as my best man. So good an actress was she. And then Paula was there for us and with us in Geneva when our daughter Milena was born. And she helped us tremendously as we muddled our way through parenthood. Paula was our family. She was my little sister. In fact, when I told Jennifer Lester, one of our dear friends from UWI, of Paula's passing, her response was, "What? Our Paula?" That's right, in our eyes, Paula Robinson belonged to us, to all of us, her friends, as much as she did to her amazing family. And how well do we remember how happy she was when she wrote a letter to tell us she was getting married to her wonderful husband, Geir, and how delighted she was when we spoke to her on the morning of her wedding in New York. Our meetings with Paula were fewer after those memorable years in Geneva together. We left in 1987, and Paula continued to live there for many years afterwards, before finally ending her stellar career at ILO in 2017. We did, however, reconnect with her on and off several times after that, once in Trinidad, Marjorie once in Lima, and more than a few times in Jamaica. But although we never saw each other as often, and although we grew older separately, we never grew apart. Our friendship was solid and enduring, true and good. Marjorie and I would like to extend our deepest sympathies to Mrs. Robinson, Paula's dear mom, and to Paula's loving husband, Geir, as well as to dear Anders, her sisters, Paula's sisters, Debbie and Michelle, and her brother Garth, and to all her family and friends. Before I close, I'd like to pay tribute to Paula by reciting a favorite poem by the Afro-Cuban poet Nicolas Guillen. It would not be fitting to have this memorial without a tribute in Spanish, what I thought was Paula's most beloved language, but apparently it's Norwegian now. So with apologies to the non-Spanish speakers, here goes. Por el mar de las Antillas anda un barco de papel. Anda y anda el barco, barco sin timonel. De La Habana a Portobelo, de Jamaica a Trinidad, anda y anda el barco, barco sin capitán. Una negra va en la popa, va en la proa un español. Anda y anda el barco, barco con ellos dos. Pasan islas, islas, muchas islas, siempre más. Anda y anda el barco, barco sin descansar. Un cañón de chocolate contra el barco disparó y un cañón de azúcar, azúcar le contestó. Ay, mi barco marinero con su casco de papel. Ay, mi barco negro y blanco sin timonel. Allá va la negra, negra, junto al español. Anda y anda el barco, barco con ellos dos. Sail on, Paula Marie Robinson. You have fought a good fight. You have finished your course. You have kept the faith. May you rest in peace, and may light perpetual shine upon you. Amen.
Wow. Okay. And now we can breathe a little bit and contemplate that amazing recollection from Paul to another one of Paula's favorite songs by the master himself, Bob Marley, Redemption Song.
relationships, minutes of a day to guide from the bottomless pit. But my aim was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help the same? These songs of freedom is all I ever had. Redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Number two ourselves can free our mind. I've no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you dare to sing these songs of freedom? Is all I ever had. Redemption song, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Number two selves can free our mind. Whoa, I've no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop off the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you else the same? These songs of freedom, that's all I ever had. Redemption song, all I ever had. Redemption song, songs of freedom, songs of freedom.
Lovely. I don't know if you all know that Paula has another sister. Her name is Anne-Marit at Meerstad, Geer's sister. And we want to welcome you to your Jamaica home. Yes. And I'd like to invite you to come and give your reflections, please.
So, can you hear me well? Yes. Nice. Dear family and friends of Paula, and Geir in particular, I'm so glad to be here, except for the fact that I cannot give Paula a hug, nor look her in her eyes and see her smiling face. There are some pictures rolling. They are not completely timed with my speech, so they are by association. But I stand here, Suddenly, we have only memories left. But these memories are rich and colorful and important to me and to the whole Myrstad family. And I stand here then on behalf of Geir's family in Norway to share a few of the thoughts and memories of ours over these last weeks. From the brilliant wedding of Paula and Geir in New York, the two families have been joined. We have been so fortunate to be part of Paula's family in the same way Paula has been and always will be an unquestionable part of the Myrstad family. When we are one big family and not two families come together, this is thanks to Paula's care, her generosity, and the way she was open to and loved to be with people. Even though the distances have been great, the family has been there since, and Paula has been the glue. To meet as a family and friends united in the Robinson reunions, whether in Trondheim, in Switzerland, at Runaway Bay, Frenchman's Cove, or Røros, has been for us fantastic experiences. It has been connecting us to the Robinsons and to the larger world. And these gatherings has let us know Paula better. For instance, her talents and passions for music and dance. I'm just so sorry I never did see her on stage. This side of Paula we could enjoy and experience, not least during the reunions when Paula had her Robinson family close. Paula is also remembered for her cooking. Anders, Geir's and through Geir also Paula's son, puts it this way. My first memory of Paula, as also Geir has mentioned, is her making curry in Norway. I was just a kid back then. The ingredients we had were not the same as in Jamaica, but Paula won me over quickly. She put some spices together and we had this reindeer curry that night. It was amazing. And Anders continues, food is a passion of mine, and I'm so glad that Paula shared her Caribbean cooking with me. I remember that she taught me how to make patties, and how you need to put a little bread in the filling to make it bind together nicely. Paula, you, my dad and me, we traveled the world, and I'm forever grateful for all the amazing times we spent together. From Italy to Thailand, we experienced the diversity in the world that we live in, and you made me better understand what matters in life. Paula, you left us too soon, but I am forever grateful for the memories you gave us. Walk good, Paula, walk good, Anders says. When Paula and Geir moved to Norway in the beginning of the 90s, in 1992, their niece Ingrid was born, and Geir mentioned this also briefly. When her parents, Ivar and Ragnhild, had to get back to work and there was no kindergarten available, Paula offered to be a day mom for Ingrid. That means Paula took care of Ingrid every working day for almost a year, and the two of them, Paula and Ingrid, formed a very special bond that has been and still is very strong to this day, even though they eventually lived on different sides of the globe. When Ingrid was 8 years old, she did her first travel alone experience by flight, and that was, of course, in order to visit Aunt Paula and Uncle Geir in Switzerland. And when Ingrid, still a child, was hospitalized in Kingston with appendicitis, I hope I pronounce it correct, after a lovely holiday in Jamaica, Paula was such an important and encouraging support. Throughout her life, Ingrid has experienced Aunt Paula as a steady and secure presence. Functioning in many ways as a mother figure and always paying her loving attention. Ingrid gives a concrete example. The Myrstad family was preparing the funeral for Fritz, my grandfather, in Mo i Rana. People were putting together collages of pictures. I felt a bit uncertain of my ability to contribute and stepped aside. Paula registered what happened. She came up to me and told me that what I was doing was good, and that I should believe in my ability to create something beautiful. I am forever grateful to have had Paula in my life, Ingrid says. We have all experienced how much Paula loved being at our tiny island on Tomma with a cabin next to the sea. I remember very well wondering how Paula would experience her first visit there, knowing they were to stay 3 weeks. And it turned out that they had a terrible weather with 3 weeks of rain and cold. Horrible, I thought, afraid this would scare Paula away. Paula, however, expressed only satisfaction, joy, and gratitude. And Paula did enjoy this life with simple amenities, boating and fishing trips. Most of all, she appreciated and loved just being there. A fortune, as it eventually became the home of Geir and Paula when in Norway. Regardless of weather, one could always at this island read and play cards. Not least the younger generation have good memories of exciting and happy hours of card games with Paula. Solveig, the daughter of mine and Kjartan, puts it like this. When I think of you, Paula, I think of long summer days at Tomma together. Sitting in each of our chairs, reading. You were deeply invested in your reading, but always ready to entertain me with a round of Kaluki or other card games when I had grown bored with my magazine browsing. When playing cards, you were a strict but fair judge and impossible to fool. And in conversations, you brought so much wisdom and eye-opening perspectives to the table. I will remember your calm but passionate talks about women's rights, about education, about equality. I am forever grateful, Solveig says. And I will come to an end. The whole Myrstad family and extended Myrstad family likewise is so grateful. We were given the gift of knowing you and spending time with you, Paula. We will remember your lifelong fight against injustice in the workplace and elsewhere. We will remember how you, at the same time, never focused on the negative, but searched the positive sides of life and relationships. We will remember your ability to open doors for relationships and experiences that we would not have had otherwise. We will remember your ability to see people around you, to appreciate and encourage them. We will remember your smile.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to have a small addition to the program. A very good friend of Paula would like to do a special poem. So I'm going to invite Mr. Tony Pearson to join here at the mic.
Madam Mistress of Ceremonies, the Robinson family, I say to the Robinson family, blessings. To Geir, I say, enough respect, big man, enough respect. It is no secret that Paula has been very special to me, and I don't hide that fact. If you look at your program, on the cover page, you will see celebrating and remembering Paula Marie Robinson, 24th October 1955, the day of her birth, dash. That is February 19, 2024, the day of her passing. Her birthday to my birthday. That dash is what I intend to speak about. Last evening, though I am on my Lenten observances, I went out with two friends. One was John Ray, and the other was his nephew. And for those of you who may not know, that nephew is Charles Ward, for whom the Ward Theatre is named. John Ray and his nephew, Ward. After finishing our assignment, I headed home, and I was filled with the Spirit. And I determined that I would find an appropriate means by which I could seek to pay my tribute to Paula. I thank the family for permitting me to do so. The poem is called The Dash, written in 1996 by Linda Ellis, who is gaining some notoriety in the United States as a writer. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the program from the beginning to end. He noted first came the date of her birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But what he said mattered most of all was that dash between the years. For that dash represented all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now, only those who loved her know what that little dash was worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So, think about it long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left. You still can rearrange. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger, and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect, and more often wear a smile, remembering this special dash might only last a while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? I trust that this poem will help us in coping with Paula's passing. It will energize us rather than paralyze us. And I close with a small line from Micah, one of the minor prophets, in which he says, "And what does the Lord require of thee?" And he answers the question because it was rhetorical. Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God.
Thank you so much, Tony. Again, she's smiling. Okay, and now we have the pleasure of listening to Mr. Carl Bliss, and that surname is not accidental, who's going to sing another one of Paula's favorites, Ave Maria.
Maria, gratia
Thank you, Carl. That was wonderful. And now I'm going to invite Garth, who is ready to give his remembrance.
The little girl from that island in the Caribbean has made and left, it's okay, left an indelible mark on the lives she has touched. We are all very proud of her. Paula Marie Robinson, a small star of the sea, the firstborn of Ione Patricia Jones and Ashton Patrick Robinson on October 24th, 1955. She was a torchbearer of the Robinson clan. She was a daughter, granddaughter, niece, sister, cousin, aunt, wife, mother, protector, intellect, creative, musical, brilliant, a confident, hardworking, compassionate, and most of all, a friend to all who crossed her path. For a number of years, my brother Gregory and I were known as Paula's twin brothers. From Blake's Preparatory, St. Hugh's, St. Luke's Church, Excelsior High School, and Wilmer's Boys School. She had the amazing gift of understanding language, which she used to politely put you in your place or challenge a viewpoint you had expressed. She was sharp, quick-witted, and yet subtle in whatever language she spoke. I will never forget her sister-in-law, Anna Marie, telling everybody while we were in Rorus that Paula spoke Norwegian better than some of the people in Norway. Paula blazed a trail for her siblings, which was impressive. After university, she taught at Merle Grove High School for Girls, followed by a stint at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before she parlayed into service at WCOTP, which started her international trade union career, working with workers' education activities in Africa and Latin America. It was during this period she met her husband Geir, and they moved to Norway, where she worked with refugees and asylum seekers. In 1997, she returned to the labor movement as Education Secretary for the IFBWW, the International Federation of Building and Woodworkers. She also had focal point for gender and child labor issues in Asia. In June 2003, she joined the ILO Caribbean office as the first female specialist for workers' activities until her retirement in 2017. Paula faced many challenges in these positions, but her contributions were stellar due to her perfectionism and passion about speaking out on issues important to her. Paula had a secret. Not many people knew about it. It was her zealousness for the arts. She played and mastered the piano with gusto. She loved jazz, as did our father. She dabbled in the visual arts, making a series of black and white African mass prints, drawings, based on her trips to Africa. She had a recurring role on Dulcimina, our version of a soap opera, on the radio in the 70s and 80s. However, her most outstanding role and performance was that of the woman in yellow in Lloyd Records' production of For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Was Not Enough. She was fierce in all of her endeavors. Our sister was one of the most courageous persons we knew. Moving to Switzerland in her 20s, meeting and marrying the love of her life, moving to Norway, learning a new language, a new way of life, and friends whom we have embraced, included and woven into the fabric of our extended family. Paula always made us all feel protected, heard, and sure that our best effort was good enough. Failure was the option that made us work harder. in order to succeed. Her work ethic was learned from our father and our mother, who still encourages us to give back to our community. My sister Paula, a small star of the sea, was bold. She took risks. She lived life freely, led by example, trusted her gut, said what she felt, meant what she said, expressed gratitude, believed in her power, exceeded her expectations, danced the night away, skipped down the street, did not take no for an answer, was her best self, did not look back, left the job she hated, found her passion, loved with every ounce of her bones, stood up for things that mattered, did not settle, and did not apologize for who she was. And I'm going to be politically incorrect here. Above all, she was effing brave. To all who have been present, embraced us, lifted us up, comforted, cried with us, reminded us to have faith, honored Gregory, Daddy, and now Paula, maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it is about unbecoming everything that isn't really you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. Our small star of the sea lived an authentic, full, and loving life, and we will always be grateful that she shared it with us. Walk good, Paula, walk good.
Unbecoming. I'll remember that. Thank you, Garth, from all of us. And now there'll be another song, but this one is a surprise because I think we heard David Rudder earlier. So who knows, maybe it will be Three Canal this time. But whatever it is, we're going to enjoy it.
Come from the land of the giants, where passions rage and talents run riot. Oh Lord, the land where the giants walk. In spite of the slings and the arrows, when them boys walk, they cast a long shadow. Oh Lord, help me walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. Talking. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. I come from the land of chance, where man does do the dragon dance and cross the waters of destiny. Builders of a legacy out of nothing, they still dare and they dream to be something, shining bright for the world to see. Every day we walk, walking, and these giants walking. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. Talking. Every day we walk, where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. Big dreams, I see victory through blood, sweat and tears prepared for me. We are warriors, moving on a mission. And we will never give up, we will never surrender. Cause in the name of my forefathers, oh Lord, help me walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. Talking. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. walk in supremacy. Walk with them giants, walk, see with them giants see. Give me the strength, give me the energy. Walk with me, give me the energy. Walk with me, give me the energy. Walk, 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 walk with me, children. Walk with me, give me the energy. Walk with me, children. Walk, 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 walk with me, children. I come to the land of giants, in passion rage, talents run riot, children. I come to the land of giants, children. Giants, giants, every day we walk, every giant walk, every day we walk, they walk, still we can't walk, it's all I'm talking.
That was the right song. What a giant, what a warrior. Wow. Oh, and now we come to the close of this wonderful love fest for Paula. And what a life well lived. So we can ask for. Yes, moms. So on behalf of Paula Marie's extended family, I convey many, many thanks to all her friends and acquaintances who have rallied around the family, around with their thoughts, positive energy, hugs, help, and gifts during this very difficult time. But we know Paul Marie was compassionate, loving, and generous. And we heard about joy and satisfaction and gratitude that she took with her through life. And so may we continue to be inspired by her legacy of helping and giving and loving. And I'd like to invite you all after this to join the family for some refreshment outside, and wish you a safe travel when you're on your way home. Thank you.
I come from the land of the giants, where passions rage and talents run riot. Oh Lord, the land where the giants walk. In spite of the slings and the arrows, when them boys walk, they cast a long shadow. Oh Lord, help me walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. Talking. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. I come from the land of chance, where man does do the dragon dance and cross the waters of destiny. Builders of a legacy out of nothing, they still dared and they dream to be something, shining bright for the world to see. Every day we walking where these giants walking. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk. Talking. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk the talk.
I see victory through blood, sweat, and tears prepared for me. We are warriors, moving on a mission. And we will never give up, we will never surrender. Cause in the name of my forefathers, oh Lord, help me walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we walk, but still we can't walk, we talking. Every day we walk where these giants walk. Every day we